Hey, hey, hey. So I wanted to go over a couple different things. I wanted to go through one, contouring, and two, how to get rid of dark circles under your eyes, okay? So I've already put moisturizer on my face, so that's all good to go. And then I already put some primer on as well. Kind of want to let your primer sit for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and go in now with my Touch Mineral Liquid Foundation, okay? So there's two different ways you could do it. You can use like for dark circles or just concealing, you can use the same color concealer, and if you are just trying to conceal, you can use the same, like I said, the same shade. And then if you are trying to highlight for like a contour, then you want to do 1 to 2 shades lighter. And you generally want to do your concealer over your foundation, okay? Because the foundation just covers everything up. So let me just finish putting this on and then we'll go over the concealer. So see, this even helps take care of those dark circles a little bit. I personally do conceal, and I also contour. Majority of my contouring covers a lot of the spots that I want to conceal, so I'm going to use 2 shades lighter than my foundation to conceal and highlight. Again, this is for the dark circles that happen under your eyes. This concealer has amazing coverage, okay? You can use it on tattoos, scars, anything like that, and it's gonna cover it right up. So I use 2 shades lighter in this area for contouring to make it pop out. So that's what you're doing when you're using lighter and darker colors, okay? So you want to put the lighter colors on the areas that you really want to pop, and you're putting the darker colors on the areas that you want to sink in. So I'm just using a small brush, and I'm just kind of spreading this around in the areas that I'm wanting to show up more. So like here on the bridge of my nose, I generally like to kind of contour here because I do have my bone here, and I've been asked quite a few times if I have broken my nose, and I haven't. So me personally, I kind of like to thin that out a little bit. I also come along here on the jawline. So you just want to put them in the areas that you want on your own, because we all have different shapes of faces and areas that we want to pop out and sink in, right? For the most part, a lot of the areas are common. Like this is a very, very common contour that I'm doing. So you can surely use this method, all right? So see how much lighter that is than my foundation. When I am either concealing or contouring, either way, I use a beauty blender. When you use a beauty blender, you want to make sure that it is damp. So I already dampened this, and I'm just going to blend this in. Just blend it right in. And this, I don't think I said, but this area here, that's going to kind of make your jawline have a little bit more definition. Okay? And when you're using a beauty blender, you want to make sure that you are doing a patting motion. Patting motion is super, super important, because if you don't do patting, you're not actually blending, and you're just kind of smearing around, and we don't want that. We want it to just blend right in. Especially if you're trying to conceal something, like if you have any zits or anything like that, you definitely want to make sure that you're kind of blending it in. Blending. That is the key, okay? And then the second part of my contour, I use, personally, a darker powder. It's Beachfront Bronzer. There's 2 different shades in here. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and you can use like a brush more like this if you want when you're going along here. I just personally kind of use this brush for all of it. So I'm going to come along here under my jawbone, or not under my jawbone, but under my cheekbone. And I kind of just hold it flat. But again, if you have a brush that you have that will work a little bit better for you to get that flat kind of angle like that, then by all means use it. Then I also come along down here under my chin, and I guess along my jawline, because I just want to add a little bit of contour to that as well. And then you can go up around your face. You can also add it to the side of your nose if you would like. Sometimes I do this very lightly, just to thin that out like I was talking about a minute ago. And then you just kind of want to blend that in. And if you get a little bit too much on there, just come back in with your beauty blender, a little bit of product that's still on there, and blend that right in, okay? And then this I kind of work into the cheek, and then I would just put my blush here and whatever else I'm going to put on my face. If you use luminizer, you would follow up with that. So that is pretty much the basics of covering up your dark circles and then contouring. Bye!